Hi Aquarius, hope you guys are doing good. As a lot of you know, I haven't been on this channel for a little bit. I still have to have neck surgery, but right now I'm feeling actually pretty good. A friend of mine gave me a supplement that has decreased my inflammation by like 80%, which is amazing because I've been dealing with that since November, so last November. So anyways, just want to get into your reading now. We are in May 2021, but I'm considering this to be more of a timeless reading, considering I don't know how frequent I can upload, and also readings on YouTube. I feel like whenever you find them, and if it resonates, it's meant to be. So just consider it a timeless reading, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get into your energy. We're doing a general energy first. So you have two cards popping out here. Spirit energy, financial energy, communication, and then love and relationship. And it also can be just like connections with friends, loved ones, however you connect with those types of people. Doesn't have to just be romantic. So for spirit energy, oh, I held that upside down. You have acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Those are pretty good messages. All right, so in regard to financial for Aquarius for general energy, so you have the King of Coins. It's really good. Very powerful energy. Capricorn energy presented, but also really stable. So let's get some connections as far as your communication, or like things that you need to communicate to somebody, information coming in towards you. You know, it could be a little bit of mix of both, but let's see what the overall energy for that is. Show me communication for Aquarius, please. So you have the Seven of Pentacles here. And then let me see, as far as love and connection goes, I'm going to use these romance angels. Show me for Aquarius for love and connections, romantic, otherwise. Thank you. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give, and open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I want one more for that too. I'm going to do one of these other bigger cards. Show me for, okay, that's very easy. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is the way to show love. So this is all about giving and receiving here with both of these cards. It is safe for you to love. And let's just go ahead and get some clarifiers on these just so we can get this rolling, okay? Show me energy for acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change for Aquarius. You have the Two of Wands here, Aquarius. Show me success for Aquarius. I know that there are no greater goals than love, than to love. You have the Knight of Wands. Show me the King of Coins, please, for the sign of Aquarius. Oh, okay. The King of Wands. There's a lot of court card energy, maybe dealing with a lot of people as well in your situations. Show me the Seven of Pentacles in regard to communications coming in toward Aquarius, or what Aquarius needs to communicate to others. You have the Sun in reverse. And show me it is safe for you to love for Aquarius. The Three of Wands. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. The Tower. So Aquarius, as far as the spirit energy goes, acceptance. This may be new avenues to take, new opportunities being presented to you. Perhaps it's a situation where you are needing to challenge yourself. Perhaps you are dealing with something that you've been accustomed to, and now it's time to change it up entirely. With the Two of Wands, this is about, new paths, new roads. This is an entire road ahead of you. It's interesting because the Knight of Wands is also a card of travel. It's a card of action, getting things together and moving forward towards something that gives you success, that makes you happy here. Nothing wrong with that, and perhaps it's accepting that there is a new path. Some of us can get very stuck on, like, this is how it is, or I need to do it this way, or perhaps we don't even see that there are other potentials in regard to how to do something. And so this is asking us to be a bit more open-minded. It's asking us to ask, if you have any type of financial advisor, communicate with them, most definitely. This is important because it feels like it's going to set you up for a better foundation moving forward to lead you towards success, most definitely. This is really feeling happy about things. The Knight of Wands, it's not always just about a cheater, or some player. This is energy where we are happy to be on the path that we're going in, where we're actively, engaging in things that bring us light, they bring us happiness. This is projects, this can also talk about moving, all of those kinds of things as well. So it's really a positive energy that can lead you to a fair amount of success when you're moving with these types of intentions. So if you need to switch things up a little bit and allow something to perhaps, I don't know, I'm feeling like there's a transitional period no matter what throughout this. And so it's kind of like we're clearing away some old energy or some old problems or old things that have not been working for us, that we're actively doing that so we can make room for new things to come through. And it's all you take the initiative to make that happen, but it feels like it leads you onto a very, very solid path. With finances, you have the King of Pentacles, which is really, really wonderful when it comes to that, especially also with the King of Wands, too. This is very passionate energy, very stable energy. Some of you may be needing to communicate with a potential loan advisor or financial advisor. A lot of the signs have been getting asking for loan energy, which is really interesting in a lot of their readings. But the King of Pentacles is one where if you're not asking for finances and funds, this is you having those funds to move forward with things. This is get up and go, again, building things, creating, making things happen. The King of Wands is all about that direct, honest, forthright energy that just opens paths up, and creates more. This is communication, most definitely. And this could be whatever it could be. I mean, there's so many different potentials, like surveyors, people who create, oh my God, what are the words? I'm hearing alliance with people, or connecting with people for the same goals, or they can help you match and meet your goals. So I don't know what that exactly means, but whatever project that you might be getting involved in, it's something that can lead you forward. And this is taking action. It's having a lot of direction and purpose in your own pursuits. It's making things happen, having the money to do it, or getting the money to do it and making it happen. This is very direct energy. So this is really, really positive when trying to build something, or trying to create a business, or change a aspect of your business that's actually a big chunk of it. It's big changes. So very, very positive, very positive. In regard to communications, you have the Seven of Pentacles with the Sun in reverse. So I almost feel like some of you, you're making assessments perhaps in regard to moving forward in whatever venture you're going into, but like it feels like there might be something that you're overlooking, or perhaps you're afraid to look into, you're afraid to ask. You know, especially if you're dealing with situations regarding money, perhaps you don't want to ask too much, or maybe we're not figuring out like where something else could be relieved or let go of. The sun in reverse, it's not terrible. It's just, there's more to be seen. We have to take a deeper look into things, you know. With the Seven of Pentacles, this is all about assessments, looking into your, especially with finance energy, looking into your finances, making sure that you're not wasting money, or is how I've been doing something working still? Is this something that I can keep going with? Is this providing me more? Is this providing me nothing? You know, should I keep pouring my energy into this? It's kind of tying up loose ends with that kind of stuff. And so with the sun in reverse, I feel like it's important for you to really dig deep in every aspect and angle, and make sure that you can kind of dot your I's and cross your T's and whatever that, you know, that energy is. To be very, very sure-footed in how you move forward here. This is also, I don't want to say penny pinching because it doesn't feel like penny pinching, but it does feel like being very aware of the type of direction your money will be going forward in, you know. And it also can talk about relationships as well. You know, sometimes we feel like we know a person, and maybe there's more underneath the hood, you know, maybe there's more hidden, you know, and obviously there always will be, but I feel like some people, you may have you'll see like a new side of them, or you'll find out something very, very new that either you feel like you should have known or you didn't know, but oh my God, wow, are you kidding me? You're serious? Like something like that. It's expansive information. It leads you on to a new path with this person, or it allows you to experience something more with this person, but it comes through vulnerability. So just be there to listen, be there to be available for this person if they present that to you, and try to do it without judgment. That's what I'm feeling in regard to that. For your love and connections here, it is safe for you to love, and you have the Three of Wands. So this is really positive energy. And again, I'm kind of piggybacking off of this energy too. It's almost as if like somebody can open up because they feel safe, or they have the opportunity to communicate because you allow them to feel like they are loved, or you make it a safer space for them to open up. This could also be happening in regard to you. You have this energy, though, about receiving in both of these cards. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is the way to show love. So, you know, are you giving to others? Are you receiving with anything? Here is an energy with the Three of Wands where, you know, perhaps we have initiated situations and now we're starting to see them manifest within our lives. We're starting to see the nuts and bolts of it happening, the reality of it changing in our experience. And so it starts to materialize. And I feel that can be a really good opportunity for you to accept. You know, sometimes Aquarius can be a little bit standoffish when it comes to emotions and connections. Not all of you, but sometimes it can happen with air energy. It's just, you guys are on a different level. You're different. You process things a little bit differently, you know? So I feel that it's important for all of us, no matter what sign you are, to know how you process connection, how you process love, how you process feelings and emotions, you know? So just be conscious of that. But it feels like there's something coming in towards you that can be very beneficial. And it feels like you've kind of been waiting for it. And it may take you by surprise here with the Tower. You know, you have Scorpio energy being presented here. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. You've got the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. These are all, Leo here again. You know, these are all really, really beautiful energies. I mean, all signs are beautiful, but like, you know, it's something that may take you by surprise. So I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifiers on this energy. And we shall see. Show me the Two of Wands for acceptance. You have the Wheel of Fortune coming out here. So the directions you're going in is highly guided. It's divinely guided. This is very much working within your purpose. Here at the bottom of the deck, you have Temperance coming out as well. So this is kind of like when you lead the motion on this, when you lead the direction on whatever you're going towards, it's supported by the universe. It's supported by friends. It's supported by the energies that surround you, you know. So there's a lot of positivity here. The Wheel of Fortune can also talk about being aligned with the correct people for the right position, the right job, the right situation. You know, they help you build whatever it is that you need. They help you move in the direction that you're supposed to be going in. Show me success with the Knight of Wands. So for the Knight of Wands here, you have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so, and then that, this energy, the three, I'm sorry, my brain, the Queen of Cups here with the Knight of Wands. This is in regard to whatever direction you're going in. If this is building something in your life, wonderful. You have support. You have a lot of positivity in that arena. When it comes to spiritual stuff, this is also, I feel like divine inspiration when we need to look at it, when we need to listen to it. The Queen of Cups is an energy that is very much surrounded and connected to the spirit realm. She's the inner world. She's somebody that can feel that energy. And also a very listening, nurturing, and creative energy as well. So if you, when paired with the Knight of Wands, this is something that can be very expansive. For some of you, this is also connecting to a person that can actually help you. So like a tarot reader, or like a psychic, or somebody that is that you trust in the spiritual field, this can be somebody that can help you expand your awareness, you know. And also, if that's not it, if you're not connecting to that type of person, this is also an energy where we can maybe look into like meditation or certain type of spiritual practices that can help ground us. The Knight of Wands is an excellent energy, but it's a little bit revved up. It's flighty. It's ready to move and go and get, and it's happy to do it. But sometimes we need to push on the brakes a little bit. We need to come back a little bit to center. And so, especially if you're dealing with a lot in your life, or if you're like creating some big project, this kind of talks a lot about big projects here, or something larger in your life that you're trying to move forward with, whatever it may be. The Queen of Cups here is presenting itself to almost remind us to stay calm, stay grounded, and really kind of hone in on how you choose to move forward here versus being scattered and all over the place. Show me the King of Pentacles with the King of Wands in regard to finances for Aquarius. You have the World coming through here, you guys. This is really nice. You have the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck as well. So a lot of communication, a lot of forward action, and I feel like it's moving towards something that you want in finances. The World is a very, very, it talks about things closing up so you can have a new opportunity being presented for you that you can take. It's when we experience so much of a certain thing that we are allowed to almost kind of graduate from it. It's like a graduation energy. You're not stuck in the same cycle. It's like you've learned the lessons. You're moving forward very positively here, very strongly with these two cards. This can also talk about travel, world travel. Can be connections online as well, World Wide Web. With the King of Wands too, some of you are communicators, some of you are people that speak on the internet, perhaps some of you are tarot readers, who knows, but this can also be connections that your message gets received worldwide, or this may be your messages connect to a person that is further away from you, perhaps in a different state, different city, different country, but there is that aspect of distance. But yeah, it's very, very positive energy here as well. So it's kind of with the Wheel of Fortune and the World, I love that combination just because it tells me that you're really ready to go. Things are really starting to rev up and make allowance for you to actually have what you want. It's just a matter of being very direct in how you lay the foundation, okay? Show me for communications for Aquarius. Show me the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun in reverse. So you have the Five of Wands here, okay? and the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this is about change here in regard to communications. This may also, kind of like what I said earlier, if you have any things that need to be kind of rerouted or readdressed when it comes to giving your money out or protecting your money, you know, or whatever in your life is that you're pretty much like trying to assess, you know, should I continue to give to this relationship? Should I continue to give to whatever? Is being reciprocal for me? It feels like you have some question in that. It feels like you have some conflict in that, and that might be why the Sun in reverse is there. It's going to open up for you, but it feels also like some of you may need to, with the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, some of you may need to make cuts in your life where it's very uncomfortable, whether that be a person, whether that be, you know, job, finance, whatever it is. There's something here that needs to be addressed. Either it just doesn't feel like it's working for you anymore to maintain it. So let me go ahead and get another card here. Show me this energy for the Seven of Pentacles here. Okay. So you have complacency. Someone is becoming a little too comfortable and observing, watching, taking notice. So this is really just kind of what we talked about here. Like maybe we've grown accustomed to something that just isn't working for us. It's not helping us. It's just kind of there. Perhaps our perceptions need to be shaken a bit when it comes to allowing things to move, you know. And that can be difficult, especially if you've got a lot of other movement happening here. It's almost like a complete uprooting in a way. But, you know, sometimes that needs to happen. Observe how you react to that. Observe how you have held off from making those decisions and why perhaps you've done that. With the Sun in reverse, it's bound to turn upright sometime, you know, but maybe it does once we make these decisions to move past something and not sit within complacency or, you know, downright obstinance as well. So it is safe for you to love. The Three of Wands. You have the Queen of Swords here. So that's your energy, Aquarius. For connections here at the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups too. So this can be creating new friendships. This can be romance that is brought on by new friendships. You know, I feel with the Queen of Swords, you're more apt to take it slowly, be very intentional about how you connect to a person, not rush into anything, and be very honest, I'd say, about how you feel, especially when it comes to how you've given to situations in the past and perhaps you haven't received from anything from that person or from people in your past. Be conscious of what your needs are, you know. It feels with the Queen of Swords, and it's safe for you to love, that like you might be kind of hesitant to either engage in something with a person, or you might be hesitant to express your feelings or show that you even have feelings. I mean, that can work for you and it can also work against you. So just be aware that that is something that needs to be paid attention to. Here with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, though, the energy overall for that, it's talking about being more open, being expressive, and again, like, friends first, you know, that's a big one that I've learned in my life. Like, friendship first, you know. If you want a solid relationship, often it's going to be brought on by becoming friends with a person, getting to know them, getting to know their intricacies and their eccentricities. Intricacies and eccentricities. But either way, the Three of Wands is saying that it's something that you actually want. It's, even if it doesn't pan out to be the one that you are going to marry and run down the aisle with, it's still a connection and a relationship that you want. So lay the foundation properly and build it well, okay? Receive love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love with the Tower. Why is the Tower here for this energy? So you have the Lovers, Gemini energy. You have the Eight of Wands. And you have the Hermit with the Two of Wands as well. For some of you, this is... For some of you, I will say the immediate thing is you may find it conflicts with your other plans. And it feels like you guys have a lot of plans going on right now that are either under the surface or very much in the present that you're creating and making happen. Also for some of you, like your homeowners, landlord energy, like you might be a landlord, and you might be dealing with other things like home repairs and stuff like that if you are a landlord of some nature. But you do so very well. Separate thing though. But with the Lovers here and the Tower, it's almost as if this situation may come as a surprise and it may throw you off guard. So it's like you kind of protect yourself here with the Queen of Swords. You know, it may be a head over heart decision to engage in something fully, which again is why I'm very much a fan of being friends first. The Eight of Wands though is a lot of communication. So if that's something that you're interested in, by all means, you know, but be available, be receptive, be open to communication here. We have it ending with the Hermit, which is not terrible, but it's also an energy of removing yourself from a situation, having to find a better, you know, overall look at things. Does it resonate with me? Is this something that I can work with? You know, which are all valid questions to be asking yourself within a situation, but it can talk about removing yourself pretty significantly. And with that Queen of Swords energy, if that is how it is, it may come off like you're just restrictive and cold, or you're afraid to engage in something, you know, or too good to engage in something. Don't let it come off that way, I guess, because there's an opportunity here for you to experience something really nice with a person. So I'm going to stop here. That was a really long general read, and we're going to go ahead and get into couples energy, and then we'll do singles, okay? Okay, so for Aquarius couples, please show me energy for Aquarius couples. What are the energies that are being presented for Aquarius couples? You have attraction coming through here. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Two more. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. One more. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Any more for Aquarius? Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. And one here for Aquarius. Relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay, so it sounds really good, actually, you guys. Let's get some clarifiers for these as well, and we will get into this message, okay? Show me attraction here for Aquarius couples. You have the Four of Swords. Show me very soon. You have the Knight of Coins. And you have the Six of Cups. Show me express your love. You have the Magician here. And the Seven of Coins. With the Moon. Should we ask for help? Two of Cups. And the Five of Cups. Back to what you love. Show me back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. of Pentacles. And show me relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Oh my God, don't stick. Thank you. You have the Three of Wands coming out here. Bottom of the deck for all of it is the Ace of Cups, okay? So, not bad energy, you guys. Here, I'm going to stick this over here. Attraction with relationships. You know what? Honestly, what I'm feeling here is I'm feeling that this, and this is not going to resonate for everybody. What I'm feeling here is that there's either a connection that you've already had with somebody in your past, and perhaps it's kind of drifted, or you're getting back on the page with your partner. But I feel like it's more like connection to something from the past, and either it ended like without your much choice being involved in it. So I don't know. I feel like you've either like dated this person before, like you've been in a relationship with this person before. I don't feel like this is a brand new energy for you, to be quite honest. I feel that there's a lot of love here. I feel that there's a lot of connection here, but it's something that either needs to be reestablished and communicated in regard to how things move forward here. With the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, yes, it can talk about love and receiving love, and that definitely feels that way here. But it can also talk about being able to heal in love situations, being able to heal ourselves so we are more so equipped and able to experience love in a deeper and more, I want to say valued way. That's the word that comes through, valued. So I don't know what that means for you guys, but valued is literally big block letters, valued, coming across. So with the Four of Swords here, this can talk a lot about having to have taken a break and heal from a situation. Perhaps there was a relationship that started off in a lot of attraction, but perhaps it also ended either where things didn't get to manifest as much as you would have liked them. So it's like we have to heal from this. We have to take a pause. We have to take a break, you know, get a new outlook on it. Show me the Four of Swords here for attraction for Aquarian couples. So you have the Ten of Wands coming out here. So I almost feel like you've held on to this situation for a while. Bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands. So this is energy regarding relationships here. It's energy that when we, it's like you may have been on the path to take something to the next level, but something didn't happen, or we didn't get past the stage of attraction, even though there may have been a lot of love connection. Either way, it's almost like what I'm feeling here with the Ten of Wands is like somebody's like either held a torch or they've held this in for a really long time, and it's been very burdensome on them. The Four of Swords indicates a time of healing. So I don't know if you're feeling like a lot of animosity towards a person, which if you are, this might not be a reading, but if you're able to be open to communication with somebody and understanding what they might need out of a situation or how they can try to remedy the situation, then by all means, you know, if your angle is that, then by all means see what you can do, because this is all about connection and healing. This seems like a very intentional person that is entering your life, or perhaps you're entering a person's life. Very soon we have the Knight of Coins with the Six of Cups. So again, it's this like past energy, but this is somebody that's taken a really long time to get to you. You know, let me pull one for that. Show me very soon with the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, Knight of Coins and the Six of Cups for Aquarius. So you have the Three of Wands, okay? You have the Three of Wands presented here and the Moon at the bottom of the deck. This person, it almost feels like two parties knowing what they want, or at least they felt what they wanted, but perhaps, I don't know what caused this separation here, you guys. But what is being presented to me is that this person may have taken their time to either grow, or they've just taken their time being involved with other situations. But this person, you've already known them. It feels like they're somebody that you've had an experience with. And perhaps the connection now is to build forward towards something that's actually stable. You know, yeah, that Four of Wands come through at the bottom of the deck with that. I believe you did. I saw the Four of Wands somewhere. But that's about taking things to the next level. It's about the stability of a relationship, you know. And so with the Knight of Coins, perhaps this person either didn't see the value in the relationship in the initial part. Perhaps they were dealing with other things in their life that took precedence over the relationship. The Knight of Coins is somebody that's very intentional, you know, about what they engage in, what they move forward towards. They're very, very practical in how they deal with life. And it's somebody, Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It's somebody that really wants to ensure that whatever they're involved in has the opportunity to grow. Is this somebody that is worthy of my time? And I know that that might sound a little bit like rude, but that's what I'm feeling. Is this somebody that I can invest in? Is this somebody that's worth my time? Is this more than just, you know, butterflies in my tummy, or is this actual love, you know? And for the Ace of Cups to be at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups here, you know, I feel, and relationships being so highlighted with all of these cards, it feels like there is a fair amount of connection and love. It's just a matter of getting it going now. But the Three of Wands here together, I feel like both parties recognize the value in the connection. And if you don't want anybody from your past, not to worry. This may not be your relationship or reading. Show me the Six of Cups, because the Six of Cups could also be presenting what happened with them or what they were up to. Show me the Six of Cups for the Knight of Coins. So you have the Four of Wands, and the Two of Wands. So this person may have had a relationship that they were in, or they may have chosen a different path with a different relationship that they thought might have been better. You know, that can happen. That can happen. I've done that in my life, you know, I have. And perhaps that did not work out, you know. Either way, the Four of Wands here is indicative of things moving in a different direction, establishing a foundation with people, accelerating the next phase of your relationship. If this is an energy from their past, perhaps that's why it's taken them so long to reconnect with you, even though they feel very connected to you all along, you know. And that's the nature of karmic energy. That's the nature of energy, period, in relationships. You can't dictate the lessons that a person is supposed to experience with another person. It may not go along with your vision of how things should work out or how things, you know, you wanted them to work out, but that also doesn't mean that the experience that that person had to have with that person wasn't massively beneficial for that person's growth. So perhaps they can align with you in a better sense of themselves. So they're more well-rounded. So they're more mature. You know, you have no idea how other people influence things. You have no idea how those things happen. So it's really accepting with an open hand, you know. It's being available to that type of energy, because it allows you to recognize where growth can happen. And also, if you can't, that's fine, you know, but look at yourself within that, you know. And if you have every reason to not accept a person, this isn't your relationship reading. But what I'm feeling here is that there's potential growth for both parties. With the Four of Swords here, this can also talk about a lot of healing and growth as well. It's an energy, Aquarius, that has basically kind of that Queen of Swords, again, energy coming through here from your general reading, where it's like, you are now more respectful of your needs, you know. You're respectful of your time and your energy, what you pursue, what you take from situations, and what you allow to be taken from you, what you give. You know, it's very intentional energy. And so if anything, it's created more of a maturity in you, which I think is wonderful. Why not enter into a relationship in that way, you know? So many of us are so like hungry for connection that we just jump into relationships and cross our fingers and cross our eyes and hope it goes well, and, you know, usually end up with crossed eyes. So it's just too much. You don't give it time to breathe. And it's often for, you put expectations on things, or you create like grandiose visions of stuff. I'm not saying that you're a grandiose person, but we can all do that. We can paint it with rose-colored petals and everything. It can be very easy to do. And that's an indication of how much we need connection, how much we desire connection. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with connection. It just, you know, we have to find other ways to be able to connect with ourselves before we try to intentionally connect with somebody in a very solid and intentional manner. So express your love, the Magician. Yeah, you have the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Cups. This person and the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles was in your other reading as well. You know, so that may also be playing prominent placement in this reading for you too. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But this person, I feel, has been in their head about being able to communicate with you, being able to open up a line of connection, being able to, I don't feel like they're going to just try and like start it off where it left off, because that almost seems asinine and infantile, immature. I feel like this person respects you more than that. And I feel that's why they're willing to do the work here. It feels like they are trying to figure out how to make something happen. They're assessing the past. And I feel with the moon here, this is a lot of emotional confusion that this person is under. So, you know, that may be something to consider. Show me the Seven of Coins and the moon. So you have the Four of Cups and you have the Hierophant coming through here. So this person and the Seven of Cups underneath, this is also a lot of emotional confusion in regard to the direction that they want to take this or the approach that they want to go with here. The Four of Cups talks about being rejected. It's a rejection energy. This also may be a situation where perhaps they rejected you for a relationship in the past, or perhaps there were marriage situations for them in the past. Perhaps they were married. I don't know. Everybody's different. But this energy, somebody here did not get what they thought was coming to them. And it feels here that the assessment is about that, and emotionally this person is kind of churning, and it feels like they may want to offer you something of more commitment with the Hierophant. I don't know if that's going to be running down the aisle, you know, immediately, but it's definitely, with all of this energy, it's something that can lead to a long-standing love and connection here. With ask for help, this either is you or this person communicating with other people in regard to how to go about this. Perhaps this is you communicating to friends, or at least confiding in people that, you know, what do I do? You know, the situation kind of came out of the blue. What do I do? You had the Tower with love in the other reading. The Five of Cups talks a lot about sorrow and regret. Not feeling like the situation in the past perhaps was treated the way it should be. Here we have love coming through here. And I do want to say, Aquarius, some of you, this may be a same-sex relationship. I just have to say that. Not all of you, but these cards, this is same-sex energy here, you know, but it can just also indicate a very strong relationship, you know. It doesn't have to be, you know, same sex. So please try not to be offended. I don't know why anybody would be offended by that, but you know, whatever. Either way, this energy is one of wanting to initiate something but feeling bad and how to go about it, feeling regret. Show me the Two of Cups with the Five of Cups. You have the World coming out here with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is communication. It's intentional. It's to help progress in a relationship. It's to not bury things and sweep them under the rug. It's to address and be honest, you know, and also in turn, you get to be honest about how you felt with this situation too, and how it may have left you feeling. The World, though, indicates an energy of changing a cycle, allowing something that has been either not working to go away, you know, and I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done in regard to jumping on board with the next phase of it. So if you are choosing to move forward here, you need to be very intentional in how you have healed from the past. This isn't a situation where you get together again and then you start nagging at them and bringing up the past and you did this to me and you did that, because that tells you that you haven't healed. It tells you that you haven't been able to forgive this person, you know, and this is a situation that requires your forgiveness and acceptance and awareness in that regard. So be mindful of that, okay? Show me the Five of Cups. Ooh. Yeah, you have the Queen of Cups flying out for the Five of Cups here and the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is a lot of emotional expression, but it feels like somebody here through whatever, it's like, I feel like one party is very regretful in how this went down, or like the lack of communication, or the lack of, okay, so the lack of emotional reciprocity or acknowledgement. That's what I'm getting here. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, though, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, this can very much talk about somebody who is emotionally distraught, or kind of an emotional wreck when it comes to things like this. They may be holding on to things. So that's kind of what I just said. Be careful about what you harbor and hold on to, because if the world is going to be here and take you into a next phase of something new with this person, it's imperative that you are able to release the past, that you're able to forgive. You know, that doesn't mean you can't talk about it when addressing these things, but it does mean that you're not going to latch on to past wounds and put them into your future energy with this person. What this is talking about in this relationship is literally an overhaul here. This is talking about re-establishing roots, reconnecting with the person, and being available to the change and possibilities of things to come. And it feels very good. It feels very positive, which I think allows both parties to heal in a very significant way, but it's one that's done with intention. So be careful about grudges and your unhealed wounds. Back to what you love. Show me the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles here, it's an interesting energy just because this is one where we feel very solid within ourselves. We feel very content with what we've contributed within our lives and how we've gone about bringing those things into our lives. This is being happy with yourself, you know, back to what you love. Perhaps that's another way to help heal a situation. You know, perhaps this is also a position where you can actually be in a better state to engage in something. You know, it's often known that if you are in a better place within yourself, if you have your own projects, if you have your own, you know, even if it's not your own business, but like if you're doing well in your work, if you're doing well in your life, you know, if your bills are paid up, like you're pretty solid within your life and you're able to tend to yourself and give to yourself, that maybe, you know, that's really solidly active, you're better positioned to actually engage in a relationship, you know. You're not floundering, you're not feeling like you're lacking in any way. So back to what you love, perhaps this is a position where we need to be in that state, you know, and if you're not feeling like you're there yet, work on it, you know, get back to what you love, reevaluate your desires and put forward the intention of what you truly know that you need in your life. Goal set, be very intentional about that. This is also the Singles card as well, so it's important here that maybe we are single, but what is what you love? You know, this can also be in reference to this person. If you actually do love them, it feels like somebody does. It feels like both parties do, you know, but it's kind of been held in. Perhaps that is back to what you love. Show me back to what you love and the Nine of Coins for Aquarius. So you have the Emperor coming out here. It came out sideways. I'm going to put it upright. Now, this energy is one that's very strong, powerful energy. You have the King of Wands in your other general reading, but this is Aries energy. It's very strong. It's diligent. It's forthright. It's somebody that is their own CEO, business entrepreneur. Again, this can talk about being stable within your life, you know, and you don't have to be like some giant CEO of some company, but this can also talk about just being very solidly rooted in your own purpose and passions within your experience so that you're able to be better received, and the person is better received into your life. It feels like you have a better sense of self. Show me relationships in the Three of Wands. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So you have the Seven of Swords actually coming out here. Very interesting. With the King of Cups here. So Queen of Cups over here, King of Cups over here. I feel here that this is interesting. I'm wondering, I'm going to pull one more. Give me one more for the Seven of... Oh, okay. Hang on. You got some on the floor. Okay. What is that about? Okay. So you have the Eight of Cups upright, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and you've got the Knight of Cups in reverse with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All emotions, all energy. I'm going to pull one more here. Show me more for this situation in particular with this relationships. Three of Wands. Okay, you have irresponsible and liar. Unreliable, reckless, and careless. Someone isn't telling the truth. Guilt, the bottom of the deck. I'm going to go for the Osho Zen deck. I just want the message from the card. I don't necessarily want anything else. Show me for this situation. Why such abrupt energy? So you have courage and letting go. Burden at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay. So very interesting. Very interesting twist. It feels like somebody here is either not, they remain unhappy. And I don't mean like you remain unhappy for the rest of your life, but perhaps you're not available to this situation just yet. Perhaps this Nine of Pentacles energy is something that you want to remain in. I don't know what happened with you guys in the past, but you have irresponsible and liar. So that may be something that is weighing here on this energy. Courage and letting go. Courage to let go. Feels like with the Page of Cups, you're getting a lot of energy to be communicated towards you, though. And the Six of Wands there as well, which is about being recognized, being communicated with, having, you know, being seen for what you're trying to express and what your efforts are towards. It's a success card. And then the Lovers underneath here, and underneath the Lovers, you have the Queen of Swords and the Hermit. So I guess this is something that maybe you don't want. And that's fair, I guess, but it just feels like there's a lot of connection here, to be honest with you. It feels like there's a lot of love. But if you are not in a position or capacity in your life to engage in this any further, or perhaps there is deep love, but you've also got a lot of other things going on, like in your other reading, there was a lot happening for you. Perhaps there's a necessity to safeguard yourself, or perhaps there's a necessity to rebuild a friendship here and establish a friendship. Establish a friendship. Kind of like what I said at the relationship energy of your last read, the general read. Because it feels like there's a halt here. It's like either you are continuing to talk to this person and then the decision is to not move forward with them in that full capacity. But again, it feels like there's a lot of love and connection. Ace of Cups here twice. So it may just be attraction. Do you feel just attraction? I feel that there's more than attraction here. Two of Cups. The Lovers. The Hierophant. It feels like there's a lot going on here, I'll be honest with you. But if you feel that it's not in your best decision to move forward with this, then do that. Wow. Okay. That's literally where it ends. So can I have some advice for this energy? Can I have advice for this reading, please? So you have the Four of Pentacles here with the Star at the bottom of the deck. So some of you are holding off to move over. Some of you are holding off to move on to different things, higher callings, different experiences. You have the Four of Swords underneath there. So it's intentionally taking a break or taking some time off. For some of you, you're not going to be opening up to the degree that this person wants you to, but it doesn't mean you're going to completely shut them out either. I feel here that there's potential for friendship and reestablishing a connection, but it feels like a lot of truth and honesty and trust needs to be built still. But what I can tell you about this person, yes, this feels like it's something that is being held on to, letting go, liar, irresponsible. But I also feel that there is a fair amount of love here on both parties' sides. So just be conscious of that, okay? So I'm going to close this down here and we are going to get into singles. Actually, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hey there, Aquarius Singles. Let's go ahead and get into your reading, okay? Show me energy present and upcoming for Aquarius Singles, please. What is coming in for Aquarian Singles, please? Your soulmate coming through. Yes, this is your soulmate. 2 more, please, for Aquarius Singles. Okay. You have heart-to-heart conversations and release your ex. Bottom of the deck, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Show me more for Aquarius Singles. Okay. You have romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. One message more. Give me one more message for Aquarius Singles. You have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. I feel here, Aquarius Singles, you guys might be dealing with either a person or from your past, or maybe this is just kind of cutting ties with emotional bonds from your past. With heart-to-heart conversations. I want to mention also a soulmate. Everybody that plays an integral part in our life is a soulmate. Like, I think a lot of confusion can come with the word soulmate, you know, when it comes to the tarot community or spiritual community. You know, it's like they have like designations for each one. And while I understand karmic and soulmate and twin flame and all that stuff, you know, everybody is a soul connection. They're a soul tie. They are a soul mate. So this may be a situation where we're having to either have a communication with an ex-partner where we can release ourselves. Very interesting energy, because with the couples read, it was like, yeah, I was reading for couples, but it felt like a situation coming together and then separating again. And for this, it almost feels like a situation where we need to have a very intentional communication about our feelings to help heal things so we can have more in our life. So let's go ahead and get some cards out here for this. Show me soulmate for Aquarius Singles, please. You have 3 cards coming out, okay. You have the 3 of Swords here. Judgment. You have the 8 of Swords. Show me heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. You have the 2 of Wands coming out here with the bottom of the deck. You have the 10 of Swords. Show me the time has come, or I'm sorry, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. You have the Hierophant here. And you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck for that, you have Death. Show me romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. You have the 2 of Coins, and you have the 10 of Cups. Very interesting energy here. Bottom of the deck for that, you have the King of Swords as well. Show me focus on love. Okay. You have the Death card and the 7 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Show me grief. Show me grief for Aquarian Singles. Okay. The Empress here. So, okay. For soulmate energy, the 3 of Swords communicates an energy that is sad. We are upset. We are emotionally distraught. There's a disturbance here in the connection. With Judgment, the 8 of Swords, this may be a situation where you need to really be honest about how you feel. You know, some of us are really good at holding on to things that aren't necessarily supposed to be. I know this is a singles energy, so I do want to say if you're already single, then maybe it's a situation where you might need to address perhaps how your connection or your energy is still connecting to a person, or perhaps that heartache is still very, very much a part of your thought process, the way that you feel and your emotions, how you experience your life. You know, it's important that you are able to free your energy up. And with the Eight of Swords here, it's having a hard time letting go of something. It's having a hard time knowing what to trust, what to believe in, especially when it comes with communications as well. But the swords energy are very mental energy. It's thoughts and, you know, how we consider that. With the Eight of Swords here, though, if you look at this energy, this person, they're wearing an ass's skin, a donkey's skin. So I don't know if this is a situation where somebody's like holding on to something, but maybe by holding on to it, you make an ass of yourself, or perhaps there's something here where a person has made an ass of themselves and they don't know how to deal with that. Either way, donkeys can also be very stubborn, okay, in the way that they operate and act. This can be very stubborn thinking as well. With the Three of Swords upright, this generally needs to be talked about. It's hurt, it's pain, it's feeling, you know, let down or grief or sadness, you know, in a situation, but there's still opportunity to communicate and talk. If this card were in reverse, then it would be more like, get out of Dodge, you know, get the hell out of Dodge, be done with this situation. There's no more here. You cannot move forward with anything. It's just done and done. You know, here upright, we can talk about things. At least we can communicate what we feel. And with Judgment, it's really important that you voice your experience and your address what it is that's inside of you. As I feel here with all of this energy, it's like holding on to something, but mentally, emotionally, it's like cutting you off in a lot of ways. It feels like almost like there's a dark cloud around you all the time. And if you want new relationships or relationships that can have promise and good feeling, it's important that we are resonating with an energy that is more so conducive with that. So if you're holding on and harboring a lot of sadness from a previous relationship, this is perhaps not the time to get into a new thing. You know, it feels like there's something else coming in your future for sure, but it's like we still have to let go of things. We still have a lot of grief attached to whatever this connection was. With the Two of Wands and heart-to-heart conversation, I feel that this is an opportunity to free yourself in a lot of ways. I'm going to get some cards out here. It's an opportunity to free yourself. Communication with somebody is important here. I want to say also, if you are in a situation where like you were not given communication, you were ghosted, you were not given any type of clarity or closure, those types of situations are incredibly difficult, but they require you to have the strength and the fortitude to make the decision to separate from that and move forward. And it can take even longer. It can take years sometimes to be able to get out of that energy, just because it's painful. It's hurt. It's just you're discarded. You know, that's a very harsh energy to be in, and that's not something that we want to deal with. You know, it's not fair to us. So just be open to the process and how it can move, you know, how the time frame and how things can be that way. Because shit, I've held on to grief for years. You know, I've kept myself on the shelf for years before, you know, because I don't feel steady, or I don't feel safe in relationships, or they're uncomfortable to be around. Or when I'm in a relationship, you know, it's like my heart is still connected to the previous person that I was with, no matter how nice the person I'm currently with is, you know. So it's something, it's kind of like a toxic connection that we need to be available to let go of. And that's where that Judgment energy is coming through. Show me heart-to-heart conversations with the Two of Wands. This is about new direction and new paths. Also, I want to say, like, thinking, neural pathways, you know, creating neural pathways, new ways of thinking about things, new associations. If you've been in a very deep, deep depression about somebody, or there's a deep sadness, you kind of have to snap yourself out of that. You kind of have to be available to do new things. You have to be available to look at relationships in a completely different way. It's kind of like that rubber band. Not the rubber band theory is very different than this, but like when you're a smoker and you're trying to quit, you know, and every time you like think about a cigarette or you want to do one, you have a rubber band around your wrist and pop it back. It's like that little shock therapy. It's enough to jolt you out of your head. And here it feels like we have a lot of being in our head here and very confused. And it's clouding our judgment because of pain. Show me the Two of Wands here with heart-to-heart conversations, please. You have the Three of Cups. So connections, communications, you know, this may also be a situation where you're able to help yourself out of this by being able to communicate with people that you love, your dearest friends. This can also be a situation where perhaps you start to engage in activities that are more so geared towards freeing your energy, happiness energy. You know, this is a generally happy card. What are your hobbies? What are the things that you want to get involved in? You know, that can also oddly be a way that you can meet another person. You know, that can be when you bring joy into your life, when you're actually having fun and experiencing things that you want to experience, it raises your vibration. It gives you more happiness, you know? And also, why wouldn't we want to meet somebody new that has similar interests? Like, seriously, I wish this, you know, global sickness I wish it wasn't happening. I do, because so many of us could experience new things. But, you know, the website meetup.com comes to mind. Meetup.com. It's not a dating thing. I mean, it can be, but like, you know, it's like, I don't know, there's groups for like 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know, I used to be part of a vegan group that would meet up. You know, there are different psychic awareness, learning how to read tarot classes and connections. Let's go to the beach. Let's explore. Let's go dance to electronic music on, you know, at night. Like, you know, let's play board games. They have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different activities for people to do and connect on meetup.com. And it's, for the most part, free, you know, so that's something to keep in mind too. But this is indicating to me that we need to have connection with people that we feel safe with, even if it's not the person that we're thinking about or feeling pain about. But it also offers us a new opportunity to allow that to be more so in the past so you can move forward. Show me release your ex with the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords in reverse. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is this is somebody that can be very much holding on to a grudge, you know, with Judgment here. This can be very much holding on to a grudge. I'm shuffling still, and I'm going to continue shuffling, but this is where it landed, the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this mental energy, cycling mental energy that's over and over and over again. Perhaps you're having a hard time letting go of a certain aspect of something, or perhaps it's just being discarded. I feel here somebody was either discarded or treated very poorly, yet we're still attached to the person. I don't necessarily know if you're like if you're pining for that person, or if there's literally a psychological like imprint now because of trauma and emotional pain that you're kind of like glued to that. You know what I mean? Maybe. If this is your reading, you'll know what I mean. It's like trauma response, but it keeps you stuck. The Hierophant being here with the Queen of Swords in reverse, if anything, you need to release your ex, obviously, but this may also be an indication to be able to talk about your feelings so you're not stuck in your mind about this, so you're not stubbornly like, I don't mean stubbornly like you're trying to go back to that energy, but you're stuck there, you know? This may be a situation to call out for some sort of therapy, counseling. If you're religious, it can be talking to a religious, you know, somebody that can help you in that regard. But generally, the Hierophant can talk about counseling, therapy, you know, people that can help heal you out of something. But we have to be willing to let it go, okay? There's a lot of pain and reserve that comes with the Queen of Swords in reverse. She's very stuck, you know, in the way that she's thinking. She's very angry, and we have to be able to make peace with that. Show me the Hierophant and the Queen of... Okay. So you have the Three of Wands and you have the Ace of Cups coming through with the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So whatever has been clouding your mind, clouding your vision, burdening you, there's an opportunity to heal here, and it leads you towards what you want. It's almost as if it's like a relief. I feel like a when it comes to releasing your ex. It feels like it's able to help you, most definitely. Three of Wands indicates a time period where we have to deal with, or we have to exercise a fair amount of patience in regard to things starting to work in our way. But also it indicates that we've put in the work, so things do go in our way, you know, with the Two of Wands. And you have the Two of Wands here. So this is that period of doing the work to make things happen. Doing the work to raise your vibration, clear your mind, make yourself more so available to re-entering into connections with people where you can, you know, be open to trusting here. The Queen of Swords in reverse is very untrusting, you know. They can be very, very cold and detached and afraid of emotions because they've been hurt. She's the most, out of all of the queens in the tarot, she's the most hurt. She's the one that has had to protect herself the most. And at this point, if you look in the card, she's already got heads on spikes. You know, she's already cut people's heads off. Like, she's had a lot of pain. Here in reverse, it can be even more so. So we want to free up that energy. And with the Ace of Cups, this is all talking about healing, being able to make yourself available to healing that energy, healing that grief. But what happens, we have to step within that grief and address it. We can't just move on to a new thing, you know. That doesn't give an opportunity to grow, and it brings that old thing into your new thing. So with romance, you have the Two of Coins and the Ten of Cups. So I feel like this is kind of like a position where we get to learn, we get to change things, and now we have new things coming in, Aquarius Singles. And I feel it's important to mention that, just because I don't want to like paint this as like a dark cloud. It feels like there's action here being made to separate yourself from a certain like stone around your head and your neck and your heart. Like, there's an aspect here where we need to put that down, place it in the ocean and let it sink. You know, it's no longer serving you. It has, though. It has served you very well, but it's no longer serving you. If anything, it keeps you stuck. So romance, you have the Two of Coins and the Ten of Cups. This can talk about opportunities or different, you know, opportunities in love with different people. In your general reading, you have the King of Pentacles and you have the King of Wands being presented, okay? So that's very stable, very passionate, fiery energy, very, very powerful energy. Show me the Two of Pentacles here for romance, for Aquarius Singles. So you have the Five of Wands. So this is opportunity, but competition, and it's about the foundations and connections, perhaps who you move forward with. I don't know who that may be, but it feels like there's something being presented here in the future for you, and you may be in a little bit of conflict about it. Give me one more for the Two of Coins for Aquarius Singles. You have the World, okay? And the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it's changing things for a new opportunity. It's changing things overall. Some of you, this also may require moving. Some of you may be moving, and perhaps once you move and settle in your new place and feel better about things, that may be a time when somebody comes into your experience. Either way, the World is here to let you know that a certain cycle is over, but we have to do the work to help it become over. To get over, finish it out. You know, with the Five of Wands here, there's still some conflict and some connection here, but it's also important to address that, you know, not hide it. Show me the Ten of Cups here for romance. So you have the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, and the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this energy, the Ten of Swords, yes, it's about pain. It's about being stabbed in the back. It's about, you know, not being treated the way that we need to. But when we are not treated that way, it's more, it helps us treat ourselves better. It helps us know what we need, you know, and so we don't stay in those positions. With the Queen of Wands, this is an energy of vitality. It's knowing what you want in your life and going after it. You had the King of Wands in the first reading. So there's a very fiery energy when it comes to how you approach your life. This is about feeling good about yourself, about knowing what you want and going after it. It's kind of a no fear, devil may care attitude, but it's intentional. It's not like spastic and, you know, dramatic, and it can be, but it's somebody that knows what they want and they know how to get it. They do the work and they make it their own. It leads you up to the Ten of Cups here. It's like you trade one for the other, the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups. It's like you go from a very destitute, sad energy within yourself to having a lot of optimism, to having a lot of connections with people that are like spiritually and emotionally connected with you, you know, and also being quite attractive to other people as well. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck indicates a lot of attention when it comes to how we connect with people in regard to our goals, how we are on the same page with people, how we intentionally communicate for the benefit of our relationship with people, how we lay the foundation, you know. And I feel like there's a lot of energy that is being spent here with this past that needs to be honored, but also let go of. Feels like this has been like a noose around your neck. Show me focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. If that's the case, don't prejudge everybody with this Queen of Swords in reverse. It's a very grudgy, holding on to sadness energy. With death here, it's giving you the opportunity to let things go so you can have new things in your life. The Seven of Cups is about new potentials within relationships, but also what comes with the Seven of Cups is a bit of confusion, you know? There's confusion with that. Like perhaps you're not accustomed to having new options in love where they're actually important, or not important, but like they value you, or perhaps you haven't engaged with people that are perhaps of the caliber that you now require in your relationships. This is the time to be choosy. This is the time to be very, very intentional and choosy. Not like, oh, they have blonde hair, or like, you know, the shape of their nails is too weird, or, you know, I don't know, they have a white car and I prefer beige. Like that's idiotic. Like that's idiotic. You have to allow a human to be a human, you know, but also when I'm talking about being choosy, know the qualities of the partnership that you want, know the qualities of the person that you want, know the qualities that you want to shine through out of you in your relationships moving forward. You know, it's not just about landing a person that can meet all your requirements. You also get to be those requirements. Because if you're not doing the work, you're going to get a turd. Like that's just literally how it is. So do the work. Be effective in how you want to show up in your relationships. And I promise you that energy will be met in a very positive way. I love that the Empress is here, but let's do a little bit here. Show me death and the Seven of Cups here for Aquarius singles. You have the Four of Wands coming up again here with the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, I will say the King of Wands and Pentacles were in the initial reading in the general. Okay, so they're making a prominent appearance throughout this reading. I don't know if there's opportunity to partner up with an a fire sign or an earth sign, but it's very prominent in this connection. Either way, with the Four of Wands, this leads to a new opportunity to take a relationship to the next level. This can also, again, I will say with the Queen of Wands here as well, and the World, this can talk about travel. It can talk about moving. And with the Queen of Wands here, this can also talk about feeling like you're in a better state of mind once you're able to move and like relocate and reestablish yourself. It's almost as if it gives you the opportunity to create a new sense of self, or a new, I don't want to say identity, because I don't want you to be like, you know, oh, I'm just going to switch up my identity now. Like it's an integration. It's a real integration, not just like, oh, I'm going to, you know, chop off my hair and make it blonde. And like, you know, it's not fakery. It's real. You've done the work. That's how you can excel and become that vital human being that goes after what they want and gets it. It's how you attract. You do the work. Show me grief and the Empress. the Empress, Illumination at the bottom of the deck. This deck has a card called Illumination. It is one of whatever that is dark in your life that you need to have illuminated, that you need to have a new perspective on. It's presented in front of you. It's presented within you. It's presented around you. It's presented through people that you connect with so that you can flush it out, so that you can connect with it deeper and have more meaning to that and move through it. It gives you that sense of understanding here. The Empress and the Empress, this is all about, first of all, self-healing, self-care. Like, if anything this card exemplifies, it is the self-care act, actively choosing to adopt new self-care into our life, reconnecting with ourselves sexually, you know. I'm going to say this. This can talk about, you know, sometimes we get very, okay, so I need to say this then. So sometimes we can get very disconnected with sexuality, or perhaps sexuality has not been something that we have ever been told or shown is healthy, or it's okay to feel certain things, or maybe you have shame around sex. Basically what I'm talking about here is I'm advocating for masturbation. You know, like, there may be a situation here where we need to engage with our bodies that way, connect with our bodies that way. There's nothing wrong with that. You have sensations, you have feelings, you have fingers, you have hands, like, you have holes. Enjoy them. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, and I don't want to push that too far, but like, that's what I'm saying there. It's an opportunity to connect with ourself on a very in a very vital way. You know, if we have any types of guilt or shame or sexual hangups or repression, this is an opportunity to start looking at that, you know, if those areas have been giving you grief. But the Empress is abundant. It's somebody that has risen from all of the other things. It's almost like a giant phoenix, you know, rising from the ashes, all of it throughout the layers of self-exploration and self-awareness. It's a very potent card, okay? But I love that the Empress is clarifying the Empress here. For some of you, this also may be in connection to potentially losing a parental figure or a female figure in your life as well. I don't want to like say that for everybody, but if it's you, you'll know it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, grieve there. If you have any repression from a parent, you know, about your sexuality or about what it means to be a full woman or male, a full person who is abundant in their own right, you know, perhaps you've had to hold on to scarcity mentality. It's important now to be able to release that here, because there's nothing about scarcity with this energy. This is full throttle, being within your power, being illuminated about yourself and your life within all aspects, okay? So this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this is helpful. I'm going to stop it here. And I love you. And I will talk to you later. Take care, Aquarius. If you want to, oh my God, if this was helpful, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. There's a link in the description box below. It greatly helps me. I'm not working right now other than this, and I still have to have a surgery. So yeah, I hope this is good for you guys. Take care. Good luck.